Let's get creative. Hey guys, today we are getting creative with a macrame feather. How cute are these? So in your kit you have 3mm cord and a keychain. So the first cut we're going to make is the spine. Then I'm going to teach you how to wrap these cow hitch knots around the spine in these little sections. So I'll show you how to wrap those little sections over the spine. Now let's get to cutting. So you're going to need one long 35cm cord for the spine, and then you're going to need 17 to 19 cords cut 30 centimeters or shorter. So here's my long 30cm cord. You can cut them all the same length, but we are going to be using some shorter cords down at the bottom. So if you'd like your keychain or your feather to be a little bit bigger, notice how it tapers down to the bottom. Those are going to be smaller. So you could cut, let's say, 12 cords at 30 centimeters each, then another 8 at 15 to 20 centimeters. Now let's put the keychain on the cord. So fold your cord at the middle, pushing that middle loop through the keychain, and then taking the ends and let's push it through that loop. Pull the ends through the loop, and notice the loop wraps around the keychain, and then you pull. That's your first knot, called a lark's head. Now just take your thumb and you're going to pull it nice and tight. And we go back and forth. That keeps that spine nice and tight and secure onto the keychain. Now for each section of the feather, we're going to be taking your cord and we're going to be making a cow hitch. So the smaller cord that you cut, let's fold that and put it underneath the spine. Let's find another long cord, fold it in half, and now you're going to rest it on top of your spine. Take the ends of that one on top and push it through the loop of the underneath cord. And do the same on the other side. Pull the ends from the cord through the loop, and now take the ends of both of the cords and pull. There's your cow hitch. Feel free to pause this video and practice that until you get it, because we're going to be doing a lot of these cow hitch knots, repeating side to side, going all the way down. So for the next knot, I'm going to put my first cord on top. That one was a little too small. Let's find a longer cord. This cord's going to go over the spine. And the next cord is going to be folded and go underneath. So notice how I'm rotating. I'm alternating sides that go under and the other one goes over. Taking the ends and pull. Try to keep your spine from twisting. You want that spine to be nice and straight and the next cow hitch to be nice and tight. So wiggle it up with your thumb, shimmy it up and pull. So notice how the center loops, one's on the left and one's on the right. So we're going to be alternating that. Here on this example, it's all on the same side. But for the tutorial, I'm going to be giving you the option of rotating back and forth or having each little cord go in an opposite direction. And that'll keep it nice and even going all the way down the feather. The choice is yours, it doesn't matter. Either way is good. Just make sure whatever way you decide to go, you're consistent. So if you are rotating, try to make your knots go over and under, over, under. Keeping the ends nice and even, pull those cords away from each other and then shimmy it up the spine. I want you to repeat this process with all of your cords, keeping in mind the longer cords are going to stay at the top and the shorter cords are going to move down the spine. Continue this process until all of your cords are wrapped around. Now once you have all of your cords, just take your fingers and kind of brush those cords down. The spine of mine is way too long, so I'm actually going to clip off the bottom, making it a little bit shorter, and now I'm going to reuse these two cords. There's no waste in art. So I'll just put my cords one last little section of my feather in, making that last cow hitch knot, making it nice and tight so it stays on there. Taking your fingers, brush down those cords again, trying to angle those cords down into the feather. Now we're going to take our scissors and start to cut the shape of our feather, making those cords a little bit shorter. Now we're going to cut the shape of that using a feather template. So you can go ahead and get a piece of paper, draw the feather on top of it and cut it out. Now in my tutorial, I had started to unravel the cords, but realized it's probably easier to cut the cord into the shape first, so you don't have to waste all your time unraveling. So using your paper template, rest it on top of the feather and start to cut the cord. Your cord won't be this frayed as mine in the video because your cord isn't unraveled yet. So make sure you have a sharp pair of scissors. Using your fingers, you might have to brush out that cord. And use your template to guide you on the shape that you want. So once you have your feather shape cut, now it's time to start unraveling all of the cords. So this is where you want to be in a comfortable position. Each cord that you have is broken up into 3 separate cords. So we're going to unravel each of those cords, and then the 3 smaller cords, we're going to unravel those as well, creating those beautiful fine strands, making it into a soft texture of that feather. So start unraveling each of those little cords. You'll notice that one of my hands holds the cord and the other one's starting to unravel. Once you break it up into the 3 smaller cords, then each of those cords need to be unraveled as well. It will start to kink up, but just use your other finger and start to unravel it as much as you can, separating those little fibers from each other. Now, one of my favorite tools to use for this is a horsehair brush and a comb. You may want to start with your fingers, unravel all of those cords into those smaller fibers, and then you're going to get your brush and start brushing out each side. But just take your time here Don't rush this process. Make sure you're comfortable and take your time. It's going to be rewarding once you have those really soft fibers to create your feather. Continue this process until every cord is unraveled into those soft, thin fibers. Now the last thing you have to do is take your brush and start brushing out all of those cords. So using the large horsehair brush is the best tool for this next step. So make sure you use your one hand to hold the opposite side of the feather and brushing out those cords to one side. And then you're going to do the opposite. So hold down the cords using one hand on the opposite side while brushing out the fibers on the other side. Make sure you flip your feather over and brush it from both sides to make sure that all those fibers are brushed down going in the right way. Now you can turn to your comb, and as a last step to make sure all of those fibers are going in the direction you want, take your comb and brush them down. Now an optional step is to use a stiffening spray. If you have hairspray in the house, you can give it a little hairspray spritz to make sure all of those fibers stay nice and flat. And there you have it, your macrame feather. Now that you know how to make this, you can make many feathers, hanging them on a stick and making a cool little boho display. Or you can make multiple keychains and hand them out for the holidays. Thanks for joining us and getting creative. We'd love to see your creations. You can share them on Instagram, tagging us at TheSeedCW, or find us on Facebook and share a post there. Have a great day, guys. We'll see you next time.